We now move on to our third presentation, that is from the US. Now we go to our local, that is the Indian setup. We had a look at what it was and how the scenario is in the United States of America. Let us have a look what it would be like if you want to start or if you want to be an entrepreneur in the Indian setup. So it is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Ashka Shah, again our own alumni, as well as her better half, that is Mr. Saishav Asher. They both they are the owners of Fresh Pick Salads. That is a brand of salad dressings, dips, and sauces, which is also known by the name of Piquant dressings. And Ms. Ashka basically is a certified IRCA approved FSSC ISO 22000 auditor. She's a certified HACCP internal auditor also. And on the other side, Mr. Saishav Asher is a chef. So we welcome you, Mr. Asher, who has done basically his BCom and has done his diploma in hospitality management. And as we mentioned, they both run this brand that is Fresh Pick Salads. And he also has a BTech higher national diploma. He's also a holder in that and has more than 5 years of experience in the food industry. So welcome to both of you, and we invite you to give your talk on product innovations and meeting consumer demands. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for the kind words.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Is the voice clear?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. And I'll especially thank Vanisha ma'am for this opportunity to present ourselves and our brand. So I and my partner have started this health food brand, Fresh Pick Salads. I have 5 years of experience in quality assurance and new product development in FMCGs. And my partner, Mr. Saishav Asher, has about 8 years of experience in culinary field as a chef and as a consultant for food outlets. He will be starting with a brief introduction about our brand Fresh Pick Salads. Before that, I'll share my screen first. Thank you.
Looks good. Thank you so much, ma'am. First, I'd like to mention about the two brands that we operate. The first is Piquant Dressings, and the second is Fresh Pick Salads. Piquant Dressings is basically a brand in which we provide healthy salad dressings, sauces, dips, and marinades to many different companies at a B2B level as well as a B2C level. And Fresh Pick, on the other hand, is a brand in which we provide healthy and tasty salads, which are your orientation, which is our own take on the foods that are very popular, such as noodles, such as pastas. We convert them into a proper healthy salad meal and provide them on a regular basis and deliver them. It's a very new brand, but it's a brand in which we believe in, and we want to provide good food and healthy food to the customers at their doorstep.
So now we'll relate our brand with our topic, that is product innovation and meeting consumer demands. The product innovation. Innovation can be defined in many different ways. It is the process of transforming a discovery, idea, invention into a good or service that consumers are willing to purchase. Innovation undoubtedly involves partnership, risk, and social responsibilities. Innovation is frequently driven by pressure from the external environment so that the company adapts its behavior and organization so as to maintain or improve its performance and relative position. The external factors that most pressure the company are competition, deregulation, scarcity of resources, and customer demand.
In this point, it is clearly mentioned the external factors that most pressure the company are competition, deregulation, scarcity of resources, and consumer and customer demand. This is the exact scenario that we are stuck in right now in the present COVID times. But as Swati ma'am had mentioned, it's a very tough job to be a owner of your own business. You have to find means and ways to acquire your raw material, acquire your products, acquire your packaging materials, and provide the meal that you have intended for to the customers, the kind of a plan you have in your head about your product that has to be provided at a day-to-day basis, and it is a very relentless industry, a very relentless job to be a owner of your business, but it has to be done, and that is how you move forward.
When developing a new food product, the main objective is to ensure that it will be accepted by customers. Being the acceptance is the base on the intimate relationship between the particular characteristic or attribute of the product and the human perception and psychological response.
The human perception and psychological response basically is the wants and demands of customers that we have to, in our way, in our own orientation, in our own take, produce these kind of salads and give it to and provide customers. If someone wants to have Hakka noodles, if someone wants to have a basic nasi goreng or a fried rice, how do we interpret that and provide that to the consumers is a very big challenge which we have undertaken, and that is the outlook that we want the customers to have, is that when they eat our product, when they have our product, they feel satiated. Also, they feel happy in some ways that they've had that their taste are satiated with the food that we have provided.
So we have figured out in the long time that if we serve the same salads to the customer, the simple salads with raw vegetables and all, they get bored. So we try to get a new product which is nasi goreng and Burmese houseway like product, and we convert them totally into a salad. So customers are attracted by that, and they get a good taste out of a healthy meal. Customer demand and innovation. Consumer demands are driving innovation in the food and beverage industry, appealing to consumer desires, the ones that they have, and the ones that they do not know they have. The customers are of two types. First of all, the customers know what they want, and the other is the customers that if we give some health benefits, that this specific product give this health benefits, then the customer may start liking it. They don't know the prior that is the desire, but they then like it at the end.
So basically, a customer will always have different demands, different requirements according to their palate, according to their likings. But a person, we can always provide a different kind of palate, different kind of flavors to these customers, and advance their palates to like a certain product. If they do, good for us, well, and we can move forward. If they don't, then we try to provide them different tastes that their palates like and their palates want. This is how we keep innovating and keep producing new salads to keep the customers happy in the end, and also to keep their demands satiated.
So this will inevitably help a company keep growing. That is what makes the industry so exciting and so demanding. Innovation is response to consumer demands, but it is also lifeblood of successful companies and the management.
Like we have seen McDonald's. McDonald's had begun with just 2 to 3 different types of burgers. With the consumer demands, with the consumer requirements, they started moving on and they started generating new products, new ideas in which their meals can be served, new ways to entice customers. That is what we want to do exactly in our field as well. You have to keep enticing customers with different type of offers or different types of products, or maybe even different types of tastes, which will attract the customers towards your product and buy them from you, in turn giving us the profits that we require, also giving the customers their own kind of feeling happy that they've had certain kind of cravings which have been satiated by healthy foods.
Consumer demand for new products is primary driver for food and beverages innovation. For example, over the past few years, the healthy foods movement has pushed companies to come out of the products that they are gluten-free, organic, zero preservative, and much more. Whole new product line are being created while the others are fading. So we also implement in our business. So the dressings that he provides is totally without additives or without preservative. And obviously in salads, we don't need to add any of that. So food and beverages companies that want to succeed will need to listen to their customers and continue to evolve. Food industry marketers perceive that the consumer want foods that are
convenient foods, fresh foods, less processed and less packaged, all natural food with no preservatives or the clean label. The clean label concept is not new, is not old. It's been there in the market. It's a long period of time. People have accepted this kind of a clean label and moved forward. There are some businesses that do not feel the need to start to have this clean label kind of concept, which is their lookout, which is their kind of way they operate businesses. But we in particular are looking forward to the clean label and are working accordingly to provide customers with zero preservative foods, with zero additives, everything made by ourselves organically and naturally, without a perceived negative, that is foods without high fat, high salt and high sugar, which is exactly what we follow in our products and as well as in our dressings. Obviously, healthy foods. The industry perception is that consumers want foods that not only cause no harm, but also works as remedy ailments from many diseases like heart diseases, osteoporosis, and fatigue to memory loss. So in turn, our products also give you a healthy kind of a feedback, and you also get the feeling of satiety after you've had certain kind of junk foods converted to the salads. But also there are these added goodnesses that come with our products, such as it makes you feel light, you don't feel heavy after eating a meal, and so on and so forth.
So consumer trend towards healthier product. As for present scenario, people are moving towards healthy food habits. Food service industry, at least in the cities, is moving towards wellness, a mega trend that nudges consumers who are willing to pay the price towards the healthier food.
What happens is a customer will always want to know where their raw materials come from, where their food is being generated from, whether how the food is being made. And if it is coming from a eco-friendly kind of an environment, 100% natural environment, organic, or is a natural product, they will obviously go the mile and pay the extra cost if all these requirements are fulfilled, as well as giving them a healthy and a tasty kind of a product, which will make them feel happy about the food that they're eating and also feel responsible towards the environment.
The consumers look for the nuanced claim that communicate specific attributes related to health and wellness, ethics, and the environment. Even the teenagers and young adults are adopting new health food trends.
The point that she said, the mention, even the teenagers and young adults are adapting new health food trends. This is the exact thing that our industry is right now hinging towards, and is going to gain more popularity between this kind of a target market. We need to target the teenagers and young adults who are adapting new health food trends, and we have to adapt our products toward that as well. We need to keep evolving our products to make them also make them happy, make them feel safe that the product is coming from a safe environment and is eco-friendly or natural, organic, or is a natural product.
Also, consumers want their food to have an increasingly wide range of benefits. Consumers will pay for more for the food that delivers the benefit it claims.
I just like to give an example in this is when we had a customer, we had a consumer who was eating our salad since the past month, and they've always told us, okay, yeah, the salads are good, the salads are healthy, but what extra can you provide me in these salads? Then we ask them what is their particular requirement. Obviously we would want to know their requirements. You would want to know what is the whole thing about behind the question. So they told me that I have a diabetic condition, I'm diabetic and I can't eat these particular foods. Plus vegan. So we converted the whole salad and made it a complete vegan package, made especially tailor-made for her, so she would feel happy, she would feel satisfied. And since then she's been with us for a long time, and I hope will continue to stay forward with us. So this is the simple example I've given you as how our product should evolve according to the consumer demands, and no matter what the price is, the consumers will pay for it, and you will gain a loyal customer post providing such kind of specifications to them.
So the present food trends that are going and they're going to be in the future for the food industry is probiotics. Probiotics are often called good or helpful bacteria because they help keep your gut health. The wave of enlightened consumption that is sweeping over the planet has given rise to increasing inclusion of probiotic foodstuffs such as kombucha, kefir, vinegar, curd, yogurt in the everyday diet of people worldwide. Due to their popularity, they are finding more and more space in restaurants and food shelves as people opt for probiotics as part of their balanced meals, flours and other than wheat. Over the years, people have become aware of how overconsumption of wheat has led to rise in health issues such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, among others. Traditional flours such as amaranth, nachni, corn flour, jowar, bajra have gained popularity because of their low glycemic index and additional natural benefits. People today are demanding their products to be made from the super flours instead of traditionally used refined wheat flour.
These points we have adapted in a very slow and gradual manner, because we don't want consumers to feel that they are getting a complete new product, b, their tastes are completely changed. If suppose you being a chef, I would rather rely on older recipes and older methods which keep my customers with me. But being being in the nutritional industry, we would also want to have products that the consumers feel happy about eating. So obviously, providing taste has to match with these kind of new food trends that have been happening.
Another one is sustainable food. The anti-climatic change rhetoric has lost all credibility as the entire world faces unrelenting effects of rapidly deteriorating nature. More and more people are educated themselves about the severity of the situation. A reaction to this is increasing shift towards consumption of sustainable food. That includes food that has been cultivated through organic means without adding stress to the environment with the use of harmful chemicals.
In this, what I would like to mention is we need to be aware of where our raw materials are coming from. Where as a company, as a food company, or as a new startup, you obviously need to be aware of where your ingredients are coming from, how they are grown, which are the people who are producing them, and we want them to be reliable sources. We cannot have products that are cheaper in rate, obviously, A, and B, we cannot have people who are producing them just haphazardly. We want to have reliable sources for our ingredients, and that is when these things will be in consideration, your business will move forward because you have a good backing, you have a good base. That's how you move forward in this industry.
So food trends other are no sugar. Less sugar is now more in demand. Even the people who have sweet tooth prefer to have sugar free included in their food. Over the years, sugar has become more for its bad effects on health. The result is that people who want to shift towards healthier lifestyle choose to skip sugar and sugary products in their diet. Veganism. Along the same line, the adoption of veganism is increasing, and this year mainly amongst teenagers and young adults. We can expect more people to convert their habits to lessen meat in their diet and add more vegetables to their plate. To meet this demand, the supermarkets and farmer markets will be keeping more plant-based food on their shelves.
We obviously move forward being into a veganism environment. We want to cultivate this kind of a culture in the new age adults, or the teenage or the young adults, is to have more plant-based foods. Obviously, it's not going to be a very easy shift. It's going to be drastic. It's going to require some kind of hard work, but we want to push that in the market. We want to push that kind of a things with that kind of a culture in the market, because we know as people in the food industry that the veganism foods, plant-based foods are more healthier. They are more protein, they have more nutritional value, they have more protein value. So we would like to push that, and I would like other food startups or food related businesses that come along to promote this as well.
So a customer always needs a change. Product changes requested by customers are product advances and innovations. Food innovation is the development and commoditization of new food products, process and services. Right now, it's happening rapidly. Food and beverage companies are looking for ways to make healthy, nutritious offerings that are not only enticing, accessible, exciting, and unique, but also suitable and sustainable. Clean labels. In the eyes of consumer, clean label generally equates to ingredients that they understand and recognize, that are natural and minimally processed and contain no additive or preservative.
This clean label concept, I like to get back to that again, is that when we've mentioned here, is that equates to ingredients that they understand and recognize. Anytime a customer will feel they would feel scared to eat a new ingredient, or they would feel scared to try something new, but it's on us, the food-based industry, to push a consumer to try these new things, to try new vegetables, primarily to make the customers realize that there are foods apart from what we are eating, also to make them realize that we can process different ingredients in different manners to get new taste out of them.
Yeah. Variety. Consumer needs variety in the food availability in their daily diet. Variety of cuisines, variety in taste, variety in food presentation. Even in the health food industry, consumers will search for food that are appealing. Diet food that is served in different flavors every day. As we serve it, we serve different flavors every day in our meal. We issue a weekly meal. So we don't serve a same salad every day or same list of salads every day. We make a new food menu every weekend, and then we circulate among our customers so that they get new variety and flavor every week.
We like to treat that as a USP, to have different salads every single day. A customer will eat the salad, so you will not have the salads repeated again and again in a week or even the next week. You will have completely different salads, and that is our USP, to provide customer the salads and customer the tastes that they require. Also, over and above that, they don't know that are present in the market.
Now, other point is sustainability. A sustainable food system is a type of food system that provides healthy food to people, while also providing sustainable impacts on both environment, economic, and social systems that surround food. Food transparency. Food transparency refers to the practice of being open and honest with customers in terms of food sourcing, ingredient list, nutrition facts, allergen concern, and ecological impact. So nowadays, consumers are expecting a transparent food. They want to know where your product is from the raw material to the finished product. They want to know the details, what goes into the food, what additives you are adding, everything they would like to know. The consumers are getting smarter day by day.
I'd like to share an incident. I'm also consulting with a few brands in the industry over here in Pune, and during these COVID times, we've had customers call us and get us on a video call, just to show them that the way that the processes that are being used in a particular industrial kitchen are maintaining every single possibility of preventing COVID from spreading. So we've had such kind of people also that are wanted to know every single step, even in Freshpik, every single step that we're using, from where our raw materials, where we are acquiring our raw materials from, how we are processing it, where are we plating, what is our kitchen environment like. So we have to right now ascertain all these possibilities and move forward and keep providing the customers these kind of inputs, so that they feel safe, that they're having food coming from a proper and safe environment.
Especially in this situation of COVID-19. The consumers are smarter and more engaged. Consumers now have easily accessible ways to find out about what goes into the food and they are buying. Knowledge is power, and the result has been new trends that are catalysts for the change in the industry. For example, the trend of convenience in the meal preparation is driving more than store prepared food kits. Over 80% of all consumers will eat their food at home, but it doesn't mean that they have to make that food at home. They could be ordering meal kits, getting restaurant delivery, or picking up meals at the fast food restaurants. No matter what research or trend, consumers want products that really taste good. They read the label more today and do not want to decipher long words, even if those words are healthy ingredients. So food manufacturers' attempt should be put ingredients on label lists that are easy to understand.
Keep it minimal, like the word says, keep it simple, silly. You have to keep the food labels simple. You have to keep the food labels precise and easily understandable for all kind of customers and consumers.
Our last topic is brand loyalty. So there are 5 factors that affects brand trust and brand loyalty, and how the consumer's brand trust can be intact. The first point is brand social responsibility, brand knowledge, brand name, product quality, word of mouth. Inspiring brand loyalty is innovative food and companies attract loyal customers. Quality is the overwhelming driver of brand loyalty. If the food service to the consumers are consistent in good taste and good quality, you will not lose a loyal customer.
However good your packaging, however good your product is marketed, however good your product is kept at the shelves, however attractive it looks, the last thing that a product should be is the quality of the product. The quality of the product has to be insanely and amazingly good, so you can maintain the loyalty of a customer. Like ma'am had mentioned before, you need the quality to maintain itself, so that you can in the long run you have the customer being loyal to your brand and ordering from you consistently, for you to provide them better results and better quality foods.
When a brand builds a loyal customer base, it becomes easier for the brand to launch a new product in the market and get good sales even in the first initial launch. So these are my points about brand loyalty, and I would like to share an experience. So about a few days ago, we ordered a food from a food restaurant, a North Indian food restaurant. And while we received the food, we received a sticker on a packet which had mentioned the temperature of the food handler, food manufacturer, and the delivery guy who is delivering our food. So by that they gained our trust, they gained our loyalty, that we are maintaining the quality about in the present situation. We are taking care of that the food handlers and the makers who are making the food does not have COVID-19. So that was any symptoms. So that was a plus point for us, that we can again order from the same restaurant. So that is it. That was my last topic. Thank you.